Hello people of the web and welcome back to my Skyblock series. I'm currently impaled with arrows, which is actually related to what I want to do first. I want to make some upgrades to the mob farm, and hopefully my ideas will work. So in theory, if I come over here and open this gate, there should be mobs dropping down there, and oh, that didn't go to plan. Not far from plan, but not quite to plan either. Since the last clip, I've made several upgrades to the mob farm, and all of the zombies that spawn on the platform auto-track to me, and they fall down a hole. There's a candidate. In fact, he might even push a skeleton. Yep. He did, and he's down at the bottom ready for me to kill. As you can see, the mob farm's working quite nicely. We've even gained a few supplies. Now if we come into our little panic room, you'll notice that there are no mob drops in here, or at least very little, because we've had enough of them that it's justifiable to have double chests for each. You'll also notice that we no longer have a dirt path leading to the new farm because, well, the grass has spread and it's actually been producing mobs. Not a huge amount of mobs, but a few occasionally. And I've been killing them so that they can respawn. We've even got nice food. This might seem very minor to you, but I have a witch in my little chamber, and I need to kill her and hope that I get some redstone. Because redstone dust would be incredibly useful to me. Very slim chances though, especially without looting 3. Although glowstone dust is just as unlikely. So I got lucky, just not quite in the right way. Wow, it's worth coming to the mob farm occasionally just to pick up this stuff. Hello. I don't know how long it's been daytime, so come on, be quick. My biggest goal for this video is to get another water source. We started with a single ice block, which we melted to make a cobblestone generator, and would struggle to survive without. The reason we want another is so that we can create an infinite water source and have the freedom to create crop farms and use water for future projects. While I know there is another water source on the map, it could be anywhere for all I know, and I'm not willing to look up which direction to head in, as it would spoil the fun in exploring. In order to get another water source, we want a cauldron, which will slowly fill up whenever it rains. And to make a cauldron, you need iron. The only source we have for iron, though, is of course from smelting armour when mobs drop it, or occasionally zombies drop ingots, which is what we've been working hard to get. And after much grinding, we now have 8 iron ingots, which I feel very reluctant to spend because, yeah, that's pretty much all we have. And I'm just going to place it. Let's pop it over here. Ta-da! And hopefully that will fill with water next time it rains. Chicken. While we're waiting for our cauldron to fill up, I'm going to get cracking on our next farm. I'm going to build a crop farm, ready for when we have water. It's only going to be a small crop farm, but should do for now, and give us a few supplies. Now, what we want to do... Oh, it's raining! Cauldron might fill up. What we want to do is, of course, put the water source there by waterlogging that slab, and that means we can also have a torch on top. As a Brit, it feels very difficult to be excited about rain, but it's been raining, and I think that's full, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's one layer off of full. Nope, that's not full yet, but we're nearly there. What to do while waiting? Well, I've done 2 platforms, which will be carrots and potatoes. I suppose might as well do 1 more for wheat, and hopefully in that time we might have a full water source here. Best put the bucket in the chest though. Last thing I want to do is fall off the edge holding the bucket. Oh, it's raining, which means we might get enough water to fill up that cauldron. I suppose while we wait for that to fill, I'll get on with another job, which requires using up the leather that we've been collecting. Though it would be nice if we had some more of it. There, now there's no excuse not to put the stuff in the right chest. Although, to be fair, I'm the one that keeps dumping stuff in these chests and Hushbug's been sorting them out. Even though the sorting was my idea. Well, this is slightly disappointing. It's still not full and I've run out of things to do. However, I have been on top of killing the mobs and we've regained some iron. So I think if I'm lucky we might have enough iron I can build a trapdoor, which probably doesn't sound very useful to you, but you'll see what it's for in a minute. Yep, that's right, AFK fishing. I've resorted to AFK fishing. Well, I got a fish. Sadly, just a raw salmon, but it still counts. Now I'm going to AFK, make a cup of tea, and when I come back I expect to see several mending books, a Luck of the Sea Lure 3 Unbreaking 3 Mending Fishing Rod, and the cauldron filled. I don't ask for much. I left myself AFK fishing, and when I came back we got plenty of mobs in the tiny mob farm, which means obviously this thing is actually worth loading sometimes. The question is, will I get anything good? Probably not, but worth trying. After a lot of fishing and not much useful stuff, I'm reliably informed by Hushbug that we now have water. So I just need to get the bucket. I can grab this water source. And I've built a new... Oh yeah, that won't work. There, that's better. And if I right click... do that. Have to remember not to click on the bottom blocks because they're slabs. Now we can hydrate the land and I can get Hushbug to help me do some farming. As we finished the wheat, potatoes and carrot farms, I was quite satisfied. And then Hushbug pointed out we could do with a pumpkin melon farm, so we built this as well. While I will continue to AFK fish when I can, I'm raring to get started on the next project, which is what this pathway has all been built for. Now, it's going to take a little while to complete and probably won't be finished in this video. To explain, I think the best thing is to take you to our creative test world. Welcome to my creative world. This is actually a fairly new creative test world and houses the kelp farm design I did recently for our Vanilla High series. But that's not what I brought you here to see. I've actually been working on a mob farm design, which is not that one, this one over here. Now, when designing it, I had a few requirements that mean that any previous design I've used wouldn't really work. One of the main features that I wanted for this mob farm was it to wash out to just a single 2x1 drop hole, which means that we can have things drop down by about 20 blocks, bringing it down to 1 hit kills or maybe 2. Which means, of course, if it's a 2x1, we don't want any spiders. So all of the spawning platforms are 3x3 with a slab in the middle, which means there are no 2x2s for a spider to spawn on. So this should just produce zombies, skeletons and creepers and nothing else. Also, the gap between the spawning platforms is only 2 blocks, so no enderman, also a bonus. And unfortunately in our Skyblock world we don't have redstone, so this needed to be devoid of all redstone. So this is just supposed to be a completely dark room for things to spawn on. And what happens is the mobs, so if he spawned here for example, he might think he can walk over there because he sees the trapdoors as solid blocks if they were like this. So he might try and walk over here. Of course, where the trapdoors are open, he falls down into the water. And then again into the water, and then will drop down to where he dies. My getting used to creative has meant that I could clone that thing and build it all the way up in the sky. therefore not getting any mob spawns on the ground below, and all just in this box. I've even capped it off so that the spawns can happen. So it's pitch black in here, and this is as it will be in our world. Apart from the fact that this drop will be more than 5.5 blocks, 6 blocks. We can test it quite easily if I just put us in the right game mode. So difficulty hard. Then we should be able to see mobs coming in here very soon. Yep, there they are. It's not at the optimal rate because of course we'd be further away from it, but as you can see they are spawning and all washing down. One potential thing that could go wrong though is if one mob meets another one like that and they'll block each other off, but eventually they'll fall down. See? Then we get a large collection of mobs for me to swing my sword at. Woo? Which is what this little gap is here for. So I can stand here and sweep away and they can't see me or target me. Now this is actually quite a big design and will take a lot of resources to build. So we're not going to get it finished in this episode, but I can make a start. While this doesn't look as fancy as in the creative world, where everything's built out of quartz, this is the killing chamber. So they should land here and I can swipe at their feet. However, it's at the wrong height, because what I want to do is have this as a 25 block drop, so that I can have it as a fully automatic farm, and then of course have a higher up platform that we're probably going to use forever, where it's only maybe an 18-20 block drop, which means that they won't take many hits to die, and then we get more drops. Because if we leave it to be automatic killing, we won't get things like ingots. What I'm going to do is build the drop so it's 25 blocks, and then I can just put a new killing chamber at the height that I want, and we'll be sorted, covering both eventualities. How many did I get up to? Oh, I definitely need more. I'll count when I get closer. As if looking over the edge wasn't scary enough in a Skyblock world. Hushbug's kindly come up and she's helping me build, although I suspect we're going to run out of cobble very soon. Well, we've made a solid start, however we are sadly out of cobble already. Now I think this build is going to take quite a few stacks, so Hushbug and I will be busy for a couple of days just gathering resources. Now, while I've been making regular videos for a few months now, this series is very different, and I'm having great fun playing here. I am aware though that this is a bit different and it might not be to your taste, and so I'd appreciate your thoughts in the comments section. Please leave a like if you enjoy the series. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye now.